Hey, what's up? It's your girl D here, and I'm kicking it with Mr. J.Oliver. What's up?
What's poppin'?
All right, so let's just jump right into it. You're originally from Baltimore, right? All right, so what made you want to move to Dallas?
So basically, I came to Dallas. I signed an independent deal with a company out here named Never Satisfied, and when I came out here, everything was cool. I was checking out the music scene. And at the time when I got out here about 3 years ago, the music scene wasn't really thriving like it is now. So it was easier for me to move and network with different people, and everybody was so loving and accepting that it was easier for me to stay down here, so I did.
Right, okay, so how would you say the Baltimore music scene is now?
Oh, the Baltimore music scene is crazy now. It's lit. Like, it's like one of the top. It's got to be top 3 now. Like, everybody from Baltimore is getting major deals. Like, not like independent deals. They're getting like major label deals. So it's crazy right now.
All right, so you went to Morgan State, right? Okay, so I went to U of H, but you went to HBCU, right?
Okay, U of H.
UH in Houston.
Oh, okay.
In Houston.
Okay.
So what did you study?
I studied telecommunications, but if I could take it all back, I would have went for business instead of telecommunications because I'm doing nothing with my degree, but I got to pay the system back, but I'm not doing nothing with the degree. So it was like it wasn't a waste. The school was fun, but if I could do it all over again, I'd have definitely took business.
Okay, so what kind of guy was you like in college? Was you like the man on campus, the ladies' man, or the nerd? What was you? What was your role?
That's pretty much. I was pretty much the first two. The nerd, that wasn't me. I honestly came on campus, and I don't know, like I just stood out of everybody that was there, and I don't know, it wasn't like I was trying to forcefully do it. It just so happened that way. That's why it was so much fun for me, because I pretty much got away with everything.
Okay, so when did you produce your first track? You can think back.
I probably produced my first track for like a major artist or just period?
Just period.
Oh, when I was 14, me and my brother, the 4.0, we just basically started making beats because we was always in competition with each other, and we just wanted to be in Scratch Magazine, and that's one of the things that we just started doing, was just making music. Cool. So we were young, real young.
All right, so you're a songwriter, you're a rapper, you're a producer, you're a performer. You have a lot of titles. Which one do you enjoy the most?
Producing.
Producing? So that's what you're sticking with?
Yeah, I like, because when I produce a record, it's like I could say, like, that person wouldn't be that person or make that type of music if it wasn't for me. So I like producing.
So are you saying that we won't get any more music from you? Because I actually like your track, His Plan. Yeah, so why not pursue both?
I am going to pursue both, but right now I'm at a point in my career where I really want to focus on the production side of things, but it's like I'm also being forced to be an artist because it's like my past stuff that I've done is still out there and it's coming out on like with other artists, so it's like I have no choice but to continue to still be an artist, which I love being an artist, but I just wanted to really step back and own my craft before I jumped back into artistry. But yeah, and I got a video for His Plan that I'm gonna be dropping soon too.
I hear that. Okay, so who's your favorite producer? Who is someone that you looked up to growing up?
Oh, that's hard. Because it's a lot of producers, but ones that I looked up to was definitely Cool and Dre, Street Runner, Neptunes, and Swiss Beats, and Timbaland. I would have to say those 5 are like the main ones that I was looking up to when I was coming up. Like, I wanted to be in Scratch Magazine because of them.
Right.
So.
Okay, so I read in an article that you wanted to be the next Kanye. So, not Kanye? He's not in your top list? I know he's doing more performing now.
You know, Kanye is definitely on my top list, but you said people that I was looking to growing up.
Right.
And, like, as a kid, those were the ones that was out growing up, and then of course Kanye came later, and he's still one of my favorite producers. He's one of my top producers, but he wasn't one of the ones that I was looking up to growing up. But he's definitely one of the ones that I look up to now. So that whole thing, I am Kanye West, is just basically saying, like, because Kanye does everything in music, period. He does everything, and I do everything too. So that's why I pretty much titled it that.
Okay, so you work with Tinashe, Yo Gotti, Meek Mill, Kurt Cobain's. And by the way, I love that song, My Old Ways.
Always.
Yeah. Somebody put me on it in college, and I was like, this is my jam. Okay, and I like, think about me is when I hear music, I like to go back and see who actually produced it. Like, okay, and I was like, okay, J.Oliver. Okay, let me check him out for a second. But yeah, okay, so out of all those people, which one did you enjoy working with the most or producing?
Producing for the most?
Oh, don't forget French Montana. That was a dope track.
Yeah.
Too.
Honestly, I don't know. They were all dope records, you know, with dope artists. I equally enjoyed all of them the same. Probably the most inspirational messages that I get from the artists that I work with probably came from Meek. You know, and Trey the Truth has also been, you know, really, I've been really, you know, like with him because he's so real, you know, so it's like, you know, I've adapted to, you know, even being, you know, really cool with him. But I think Meek probably said the most inspirational things to me out of all those artists that I work with. But an artist that's molded me to get to where I am is definitely King Los.
Okay. So it's crazy that you brought up Meek. With his situation, what are your thoughts on that? I've seen on your Instagram that you've been posting like a lot of support posts. What are your thoughts on his current situation right now?
Very explicit thoughts running through my head right now about the judge and all of that. Like, you don't understand. Like, for one, I had Meek Mill single off of Dreams Worth More Than Money. Before it came out, I had the single. And the judge put him in jail. And when she put him in jail, it basically halted that whole process and that whole CD. And by the time that Meek got out, the song that I did for him got leaked. And it didn't make the album for one. So I already got beef with the judge, you know. And that's just my personal beef. But besides that, when you look at it from a conscious view, it's not right what's going on over there. You know, and it's not even just about Meek, it's about everybody because I feel like anybody could be in that situation. Meek is just in the forefront right now. But there's no way in life that you should ever be on probation for 10 years. It should never happen. Probation is already a trap anyway. It's like if you do one thing, they throw you away. And two, like I don't know if you heard about the details of this judge and what she was doing. Like it's not right. You know, like stuff like that. Like you can't do that. You know. And you know, I think, you know, Meek is a soldier, so I think, you know, he hold his head up and he'll get through this, and I feel like justice will eventually in the end be served. And you know, he's definitely not doing 2 to 4 years. But you know, it just sucks, and it's mad, and it makes me mad. You know what I mean? Like just by seeing him go through that, and seeing his team go through that, like, and he's such a real dude. Like people don't understand. Like besides that whole thing with him and Drake, like Meek is a really good person. You know what I mean? He's changed a lot of lives. He takes care of a lot of people, and to see that happen to him, it burns me up. Even talking about it, it just makes me so mad, like, and angry. But you know, we're gonna let, you know, the process roll out, and he should be home soon. All
right. So I saw that you were in the studio with DJ Duffy and V Simone. What was that experience like? Because V Simone is funny, and my girl DJ Duffy, she's kind of funny too. Because I watched her on Basketball Watch, and she is hilarious as well. So what was that process like? I don't know if you can tell us what you all were working on, but
we were working on a track. They were working on a track together with 808 Mafia, and it was a dope record too. Like it was real dope. So it was a lot of fun. There's always a lot of fun with them too because they're just fun people to be around. Duffy being so humble and so outgoing is always fun. That's why everybody in the industry likes Duffy because she's just so outgoing and so fun to be around. And B Simone, she's so loud and crazy, but she's also one of those ones that just has a good spirit about her. So being in the studio with them too was definitely fun. Those are my girls, man. So, you know, it was cool to be with them.
Okay. So what's your creative process like? So how does it work? Can you just explain it?
The creative process is weird. Like however it works, because I'm a writer, songwriter, and I'm a producer. So, I mean, most of the time, I'll make a beat, and while I'm composing the beat, I come up with an idea in my head, and then I'll have to get in the shower, and then I get in the shower, and then I write the song. And I usually write the song while I'm in the shower. Okay. So whenever I finish a beat, I'll be like, all right, tonight I'm going to write the song, and I'll come up with pieces, or I'll come in the studio, and I'll lay down scratch melodies, and I'll go over it, and I'll create like that, too.
No. Okay, so who do you see yourself working with in the future? So many artists out now.
I don't know. There's so many artists out there. It's really hard to say who I see myself working with. Who I want to work with is definitely M. But I feel like M, that's my favorite artist. But I feel like his project is finished and his run is coming to an end soon. not saying it's coming to an end because he's not talented, but just coming to an end because I don't necessarily know if he wants to put out any more albums after this album he's about to put out. But that's somebody I definitely want to work with, him and Trey.
Okay, cool. All right, so I want to get into your business a little bit, not too much your music business though. So who's in your playlist right now?
On my playlist?
Yeah, who are you listening to? Who is in rotation when you driving, when you cruising, when you relaxing?
Ty Dolla $ign.
I'm glad you
definitely in my playlist. Ty Dolla $ign. His new album's crazy.
Yes, it is.
So I got it on repeat, especially All the Time. I got All the Time. That song All the Time on repeat. I had Made in Tokyo. He was in my playlist. J.Oliver is definitely always in my playlist. He's always in my playlist.
Any Uzi or 21?
21 and Offset. 21
just
and Offset. 21 and Offset's new CD that they just put out. I can't remember.
I was just listening to it.
I can't remember. It's something like that. But their new CD is definitely in my playlist. 21's first CD was in my playlist. Lil Uzi. I like Lil Uzi. I'm not really a fan of his last CD, but I am a fan of Lil Uzi. I definitely want to work with him in the future and, respect what he does for the culture. Migos, of course.
Yeah,
Migos is always in, that should be in everybody's playlist. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And then every time Ray Shremmer come out with a new CD, they're always in my playlist. So that's who right now. That's who I'm listening to right now. It's got to be definitely Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah, I feel like Ty Dolla is really slept on. A lot of people.
Yeah, he is.
I feel like he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Yeah, he is.
Because I came across Ty Dolla when I was in college, like freshman year, maybe 2011. I was listening to some of his old songs. Like he has a lot of hits, but I don't know. People just don't take him serious like that in the industry right now. I don't know. I
wouldn't necessarily say they don't take him serious in the industry. It's really all about brand and branding. Like even if you look at Lil Uzi and how he branded himself, and Lil Yachty and how he branded himself, like their brands are so strong. People don't really buy into the music per se; they buy into the brand. So if your brand isn't really strong, then you're gonna feel like people are gonna feel like you're stepped on because you're not gonna be talked about all the time.
Right.
Ty Dolla $ign doesn't stay in the media. He doesn't. He don't stay online for crazy stuff. It's just his music is dope. And that's all and it sucks because the music is dope, but because he don't do all this crazy foolishness, you don't really hear too much about him, But the music, I told his A&R straight up. I said, yo, this CD needs to be nominated for a Grammy because this CD is crazy, like for real, from start to finish. His other CDs, I like songs on them, but I wasn't fans of the CDs. But this CD is crazy. And I want to listen to Chris's CD, but I haven't been able to listen to Chris's CD because there's so many records on there, and it's just so hard for me to sit down and be like, okay, I'm going to listen to 45 songs. But I think I probably have to take it day by day and just listen to 10 songs today, 10 the next day, 10, you know what I mean? Do it like that because it's so discouraging because there's so much music. So I haven't gotten into it yet, but I did buy a CD.
Well, it's good, just to let you know.
I heard it was.
It's really good. All right, so congrats on being verified on Twitter. I saw your post. How does it feel? I mean, I know it's just Twitter, but it means that people are actually
it's cool,
keeping up with your work.
But Instagram needs to verify me and stop playing, man.
You hear that?
Twitter
IG?
is cool, but Instagram needs to stop playing. Instagram be verifying all these people, and I'll be like, yo, what is going on? You know what I mean? It's like, I have articles out, like me working with Kevin Hart. It's like, come on, bro.
I was going to get to that.
IG is retarded.
Yes. How was it working with Kevin Hart and Trey Songz, by the way? How did that come about? Because that's big. It's
crazy because, honestly, when I had did that record, I had wrote that song about a girl, and I produced it, and I put the Baltimore sound on it, and I had wrote it about a female, and then I had sent it to my big homie. It was like my mentor, Troy Taylor, and I've always bumped into Trey and Trey's peoples, but I never did anything with him. And Troy hit me back, and I was like, yo, Troy, this is my new single, check it out. Every time I do a song for an artist, or I write and produce a song for an artist, it'll always be like my single.
Right.
And I'll be like, yo, this is my new single, and then they'll hear it and they'll be like, yeah, but such and such might like this song, they want to use it, So he sent it over to Trey. Trey heard it. I guess they did, their side conversations and stuff, and Troy came back to me and was like, yo, we want to use this for Kevin Hart's movie. What you want to do? He's like, it's going to be the single off the movie. I never had a single before. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's make it the single, And Kevin jumped on it. And I've talked to a lot of DJs, and they all told me the same thing. They said, well, when we got the track, we didn't know it was a serious song. So we weren't taking it as this is going to be a serious song. So we just played it on the mix show. But the reviews for it was so crazy. It was like, oh, we've got to put this in the rotation. So they put it in a rotation. But, a lot of people, he told me that if, it was just, I've heard DJs say that if it was just Trey on it, that the record probably could have possibly been like top 15 on the Billboard because it was such a dope song. But I don't mind Kevin being on it because who gets to say that they even worked with it? That was his first song, you know what I mean? That his first big single that he did, So not everybody can say I worked with Kevin Hart, you know what I mean? So it's dope. I look to do more stuff with him in the future, and I just appreciate what Kevin's doing for the culture as well. And Trey's always been a humble dude, so it was a good look.
Okay, so in your life, when did you know that this is it? Like I'm here. Like this is what I'm gonna pursue. Like I'm getting the.
I've been said that. I've been said that. Okay. I told my parents, I was like, I'm not getting a job. I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna do this forever. So.
That's real. All right. So what's a quote or a saying that you live by?
I really like the quote. Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Okay. I really like that because it just shows to be a leader, and that's always something that I've always been. So all of my life, I've always been a leader. I've always been the Leonardo of everything that I did, of every group that I was in. Like I've always been that. So that's what I go by.
All right. So what's next for Mr. J.Oliver? What can we expect from you in the future?
Well, I just got out of a situation, so now I'm just, exploring other possible situations. I got records, that I've been working with new artists from America and artists that aren't in America. I got, a big Spanish record coming out with two big Spanish artists, Lil Wayne and Hood Boss, so I'm just working.
Yeah. All right. Y'all heard it first. Thank you so much for sitting down with me and doing the interview, and I wish you the best.
What up? It's your boy J.Oliver, and I just got done kicking it with my girl D, and you can check her out at liveitupdog.com.